Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Programming the Purpose. Today I'm going to show you how we can create such a UI in which basically this shows that you are in between a call. So a timer is running, some buttons are shown at the bottom of the screen and a profile picture animation is playing on the top. So let's create such a view with the help of Swift UI. So first I have created another view inside my project with the name of rotating rounded rectangle. It is going to give us the effect of a animated rounded rectangle, basically a rectangle with rounded edges. So we are giving a rounded rectangle with a stroke and some frame width and height. We are also going to pass here a custom color because we want basically the rectangles to be of different colors. And also we are going to pass here a rotate variable which is set to false initially. So when we are going to set it to true, it will start animating, and also the angle, like how much we want the rectangle to rotate. The default value is 30 degrees, so it is going to move between plus 30 degrees and minus 30 degrees from its initial position. So here I'm adding here the rotation effect that is going to depend on our variable rotate. After that we are going to set the animation which is going to depend on this value, and on appear we are going to toggle this variable to start the animation, and you are going to see on the right hand side how the preview looks like while setting all of these values. So now I am basically going to encapsulate this rotating rounded rectangle inside a Z stack, and I am going to create two more rotating rounded rectangles with certain values of the stroke color as well as the angle. And I'm going to show you on the preview that how these animations are being played on the preview. So these are how they are going to look like. They are very smoothly animating between the given angles that I have presented here. So it is going to be a very fun effect that you can basically add to your app to bring it to life. So here I am using a default image, and I'm basically resizing the image, and I'm going to provide it a frame so that it remains inside those rounded rectangle animation that is being played. Now I'm going to rename this view so that we are going to basically create our modular views. So this is the profile view. I'm calling it inside the content view. Next, it is encapsulated inside a Z stack because I want to provide it with the background of the same profile picture that I'm using. So I'm going to basically resize and scale it to fill, and then I'm going to blur it. So this is how this effect is being created in SwiftUI. So next I'm going to create a grid of buttons, which is basically 3 columns versus 2 rows. So we are going to create 2 cross 3 grid. Here I'm specifying the columns with the grid item and certain constraints on it. Next, I'm going to basically write here all of the images that are being displayed on all of these 6 buttons. So I'm going to type here 6 of the SF symbols. You can search all of the relevant symbols from your SF symbols library. I've shown you earlier in some videos how you can access the SF symbols on your Mac machine. So these are all of the buttons. Next, I'm going to basically create a lazy regrid that is going to populate these buttons and display it on the screen. You have seen here that I have created certain column buttons, and each of the button has an action that is empty because I have not added any tapping or on clicking functionality on the button for now. In the parentheses, I am creating the UI of this button. So basically the UI is a rounded rectangle that is filled with a certain color depending on the index. You can also basically use enums in your actual code where you can check if the button is a specific button, then you are going to make it of a certain color. For example, I want the canceling the call button to be red. After that, I'm adding a certain stroke and a frame width and height. So you have seen here on the screen, we have created 6 buttons, but they are appearing on the top of the profile view. So we want them to be basically arranged at the bottom of it. So we have created a V stack with a certain spacing. Next, I'm displaying all of the SF symbols that I've created inside the images array on the top of these buttons using overlay. So I have set their size and their foreground color. So this is how the UI is going to look like. Next, we are going to create another view, which is basically a timer view that is usually displayed when we are in a call to display that how much duration has passed since the call has started. So here I am going to create a very simple timer view, which is going to use the value of the counter and convert it into the relevant minutes and seconds. Obviously, in actual case, you are also going to convert into hours if it is a long call. So I have not catered that case. So let's display a simple text here. We are going to convert it to string using this double quotes. And on appear, I'm going to basically start a timer that is going to update itself within animation. So it is going to update our counter value. Here I'm writing another function inside this view, which is going to format our time, which is an integer, into a string of a relevant format of with minutes and then a colon and then our seconds with certain digits. For example, if the minutes or seconds are less than 10, we are going to display a 0. So all of this format is specified inside this string format. And we are going to pass here the minutes and seconds that we have calculated from the counter here. So this is also a very simple and self-explanatory code. Next, we are going to apply it to our text with the counter value. So then it is going to start playing on the screen. So this is how it's going to look like. So this is all for this tutorial. I hope you'll be able to use it inside your code in a fun way. And thank you for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video, subscribe to my channel.